growing like a snowball. The chaos effect all over the world is nothing less than a snowball effect. Recently, South Africa was rocked and shaken to its core because of the recent riots in two major provinces of our country. People burned down the very infrastructures they desperately need and depend on. They burned down and destroyed private and public properties. We South Africans were shocked. We didn't know what to do with what was happening in front of us, but more than that, we were all very deeply saddened, and we turned to God asking for his interference and God's mercy upon our country. But did you know, at that very time, in Germany, massive floods like it has never been seen before in the last 50 years, major floods were destroying public and private property, causing uncountable amounts of financial damage, but also many people died and many are still missing. While this was happening, right at the same time, in France, the mad Macron, the president of France, passed a new, he didn't pass it yet, he pushed forward a new law, making it literally impossible to live in France if you don't get the two vaccines, two versions of the COVID-19 vaccines. Since that time, France is up in arms. French civilians are looting and burning and protesting. Not as bad as South Africa, but there is chaos in France too. Until the end of this month, French government has to do all the legal framework, put all the legal framework together so that from the beginning of next month, Macron's government will arrest people and lock them up if they attempt to go to shops or if they attempt to go to coffee shops or restaurants without having two COVID vaccines. Now, this is the world where we are living. Just about 1 or 2 weeks before the looting in South Africa, floods in Germany, and the protest in France, in Canada, out of all places in Canada, there was massive, unrecorded before, heat waves causing havoc across this snow country of Canada. But just about a week before that, again in Canada, people were going around and burning down any and every symbol of colonial past of Canada, but also many churches being burned down to ashes. This was Canada. Again, going back to a month earlier in Canada, government, police officers were harassing and arresting pastors left, right, and center in Canada. You see, the whole world is in a chaos. America is experiencing the death of the America we all have known. Currently, under the Joe Biden administration in America, everything that we have known as America is collapsing. From the freedom of people to the very foundations of what it means to be an American and what it means to be America are being destroyed systematically. This is the world where we are living. This is world in chaos. Maybe the events that happened in South Africa was instigated by some evil people. Not maybe, I'm sure it was done by some evil people. But ultimately God allowed it because this is the hour of the devil. What about the floods in Germany? No human hand made it. God allowed it. God actually not only allowed it, God literally made it so that it happened. What about the heat waves in Canada? Yes, you can blame the President Macron for the oppression of and wiping away of civil liberties in France, but you cannot blame anybody for the heat waves or the floods. You see, all of these are boiling down to one thing I've been trying to say in this channel for a long time. This is the last hour. This is the hour of the devil. God gave the devil the license at this hour to flex his muscles and to cause havoc across the world. Ultimately, in this hour, the demonic forces will reach such high momentum that eventually they will give birth to the one world ruler, the Antichrist. This Antichrist will establish his one world government from where he will oversee the killing of 1/2 of human population. In this channel, I talked about the project of human population reduction and transition into transhumanism. This is all happening right in front of our eyes. With this thing, with the jabs or whatever you call them, vaccines or whatever you call them, with every other things that are happening right in front of our eyes, we see this demonic plot unfolding. Does it mean God has lost the plot? Does it mean the devil is winning? Absolutely no. Actually, it's the exact opposite. All these things happening around us are happening exactly according to what is written in the Bible, which we define as the Bible prophecy. Bible prophecy is unfolding all around us, right in front of our eyes, and it is affecting the lives of every one of us. And according to Bible prophecy, this evil momentum has to continue to rise to such a level that eventually it will engulf the whole world, and it will make the life unlivable for everybody on earth. At this hour, we, the believers of Jesus Christ, shout and say, "Come, Lord Jesus, come, take us from this wicked world." And according to Bible prophecy, when we see all these things happening, we must be ready because our redemption is drawing very near. Jesus Christ is going to come to fetch us from this world. He is not going to come and set his feet on earth yet. He will appear in the heavens, and we will be raptured from this world to meet with our King Jesus Christ on the clouds. And from there, we will be ushered by Jesus Christ into heavens for a period of 7 years. We will be given rewards depending on our service and faithful service to him. And at the end of those 7 years, Jesus Christ, together with us, will return to earth physically. And he will defeat the Antichrist and his army. And he will establish his 1,000 year of reign on earth. So this is what is happening now. We are now at the end of the world as you know it and as we have known it. The world that you have known is gone and is not going to come back. It's gone. It's finished. We are in a transition period. We, the believers, will be transitioned in an event called rapture to heaven by Jesus Christ. But the rest will be left here to suffer the torment of the Antichrist. But above that, to suffer the wrath of God for their denial of God. With that, I want to say goodbye to you. Keep your eyes on Jesus Christ. Remember that those of you in South Africa, don't think that it's going to be better in another country. The whole world is in chaos, and the whole world has to be in chaos, and the chaos has to grow according to Bible prophecy, and it is happening exactly as it is written. May the Lord Jesus Christ bless you until I see you again. Goodbye.